Bam ba bam 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 ba bam 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 ba 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 bam bam ba bam bam. What's up, Scrappy? I hope you guys are doing good today. For today's video, I just wanted to quickly go over with you guys in just a brief 5-minute video on how to play Kings Canyon ranked in Season 12. The clips provided are just for entertainment purposes. Listen to the sound of my voice and the words coming out of my mouth to really understand how to play ranked on Kings Canyon. Because I'm sure, as you all know, Kings Canyon ranked is kind of garbage, and it's very difficult and it's very sweaty, especially in Master and Pred lobbies. The first thing that we'll talk about is legend composition. First and foremost, you're going to see 2 legends used more than any other character on this map, and that is Caustic and Valkyrie. These 2 are kind of map-dependent characters. Obviously, you'll see a ton of Gibbies, but you see a ton of Gibbies on every map. But on Kings Canyon, you're going to see a lot of Valkyries and a lot of Caustics, and that's for good reason. Because the third parties are so bad on this map and there's a lot of choke points, usually people run Valkyrie to fly away and get out of trouble. And it's pretty much the same thing with Caustic. How can you get yourself out of trouble to avoid being 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th partied? Run to the nearest building, Caustic trap up, and just hide in there until it diffuses. So if those are the legends that you want to run while playing on this map, then go ahead. Obviously, they're fit for this map for a good reason. Outside of the legend meta for KC, there are still a lot of viable legends that you can use, such as LOBA, Horizon, Wraith, Ashe, Bangalore, Pathfinder, you know, the typical movement characters, Bloodhound, and I'm seeing a lot of Seers being played again. At the end of the day, just play the legend that you're most comfortable with. Next, let's talk about landing spots, which is very important for this map. I pretty much only land on the outskirts of the map, and more than anything, I land at Repulsor. Other POIs that I'll sometimes go to are Rig and Gauntlet, maybe even Airbase. As you can tell, these are all corner pieces of the map. Again, land wherever you want to land. I'm just trying to give you guys some advice. Then again, I am a 12 times Apex Predator, so I may know a thing or two. Most circles pull to either the far northern or the far southern part of the map. And that's just based on my observations of playing on Kings Canyon since it came out for ranked. So by landing where I land, I won't have to rotate as far as others do, depending on where they land, for later circles. But also by landing on the corner of the map, you can't get third party from behind you because it's on the corner. Whereas if you land in the center of the map, you can get third party from 360 degrees around you. And it does happen a lot on Kings Canyon. So by landing on the corner of the map, it allows me to avoid third parties as best as possible. If you guys would like to know why I land at Repulsor over everywhere else, 1, it's a great POI with great loot. It has great rotations to other places of loot like Map Room, Hydro, 82, which is the ship right in front of it, and then the lake compound, which is right next to Market a little bit. As you can tell, a lot of loot potential. But the main reason I land Repulsor is the third-party map room, or at least fight a team that landed a map room. I always find lower skill players landing map room. And I'm not trying to make fun of them, we all learn at a different pace. But players that land on the corner end of the map sometimes feel it's the safest because it's the furthest away from the dropship, etc. And they get to avoid early fights, which is something that you should never do. You should always try to take early fights. But also, they like scanning that damn beacon over and over and over again to help them with their rotations because they don't have that skill learned yet. I'm generalizing a lot here, but again, that's just from my experience. A lot of weaker players go to map room, which makes it easy fight for us landing at Repulsor and pushing map room, getting that early KP, and then just rotating the rest of the game. Again, I mentioned it a bit earlier, but it's very important to take those early fights, especially on Kings Canyon. With the RNG being at its highest in the beginning of the game, it's best to take that chance and roll the dice and try to get some early KP. And if you do it quick enough, you may not have to worry about too many third parties because the rest of the map is still looting. If you try to be aggressive on Kings Canyon in the beginning of the game, again while everybody else is looting, it may reduce chances of third parties, and at that point, once you get some KP, you can just play for placement. That is how I have over 15,000 RP already on Kings Canyon, which has only been out for a week, and that's after taking a 4-day break. You also have to be careful with the fights that you pick mid-game, as those will always get third party on Kings Canyon. Keep a lookout, have a teammate survey the area behind you to see if there are any third parties coming, and you can do this while you're in the middle of a fight as well. Just simply being observant on this map will go a long way. If a fight honestly takes more than 30-45 seconds, it's probably best that you just dip out of there, especially if the fight isn't going anywhere. Kings Canyon, you really do have to stay on your toes. Another tip that I can give you guys is don't be too hard on yourselves when playing on Kings Canyon. I've seen so many of my friends doubt their ability in this game and their potential because of how the games go on Kings Canyon. They're not gaining any RP and they're not hitting the ranks that they usually hit on other maps, I'm telling you guys, Kings Canyon is just a bad map for ranked. Do not be too hard on yourselves with this map. I hope that we never have to play on this map for ranked ever again. And I honestly thought Season 10 would be the last time, but here they are bringing it back once again. Take it easy on yourselves, don't stress yourself out, and take it game by game. If you can listen to these tips and implement them into your gameplay, Kings Canyon shouldn't be as bad. Pick the right legend comp for you and your team, or just for yourself if you're solo queuing. Pick the right places to land and rotate properly. In general, like I said, you're going to want to get that early KP first, work on the rotations for the rest of the game, but sometimes you're going to be able to third party some teams in the middle of the game. You should never engage or initiate fights in the middle of a game, but instead you should try to third party in the middle of the game to get you some more cheeky points, which will help you get more RP, and that's how you rank up fast, especially on this map. I am a very aggressive player, but if you're trying to initiate a fight in the middle of the game on this map, you're probably going to get punished and pulled up on by 7 different teams. I'm not even kidding. I really hope this was educational or informational for you guys. KC is rough, but it's not impossible to gain on this map. If you guys like this video a lot, be sure to leave a like and comment so I can make more videos like this for other maps when they come out for new rank splits. Either way, best of luck to you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you. Bam, ba, bam, bam, bam. Bam, ba, bam, 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 ba, 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 bam, bam, ba, bam, bam, bam. Bam, ba, bam, 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 ba, ba, bam, bam, ba, bam, bam, bam. Bam, ba, bam, 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 ba, 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 bam,